And I just fused the pieces together one by one and hope for the best. I feel like I've always been more interested in form over texture or color, or some designers really get, worked into those categories where I'm more invested in the idea of like how a form moves on a body, how clothing is more like sculpture. Instead of maybe the embellishment of my dress being lace or lots of buttons. You won't really see a lot of that in my work. What you're going to see is a really standout pleat or like a voluminous ruffle, or and that is in that aspect, I guess you could look at a building and be like, well, that could just be like a block. It's a really boring facade. But what makes it an important piece of architecture? Well, I guess it's how it can be a functional building still, but have this very beautiful, unique, and artistic side to it. This building that has to serve this purpose, but these are the dimensions you have to work with, and what are the kinds of people that are going to be in this building, and how are they going to move through it, and how is that going to, there's not such a difference with clothing. It's like there's this person, and this is what they do throughout their day, and they have to have the garment be able to do this and do that. These are the things that people come in here and they say, these are the things I need, help me build this. It's a total interplay between form and function constantly. I was given this book by a friend, Pattern Magic 2. I was really inspired by this accordion-shaped lantern sleeve. And I decided I wanted to challenge myself to make a garment that was only one shape and just multiples of the same shape over and over in different sizes. So I created like 4 different shapes. I cut out almost 100 of these shapes and sewed them together, stacked one on one, so when they're sewn together they kind of open up like that. I was really intrigued by just how much play this gave, like how much shape, how much structure, and just how many different possibilities depending on how you hang it. I have a certain amount of designs I've made, and women get to pick from those designs, so I end up making the same dress for like totally different kinds of bodies. So yeah, the form changes in terms of just their measurements, and that is a kind of a challenge, and it keeps my work interesting. Lately, I've had a lot more local customers coming into my boutique. So when they come in and they see my space and they see that I make things here, I think that they realize it's going to be an intimate experience, and they're going to have to share things about what they want from the garment and how it fits and how they want to move in it, what event is it for. And so it organically becomes a conversation between me and this person, whether they want it to or not. I feel like if women are going to come in and have an experience with me and take the time to get something custom made for themselves and spend the money to do it, I want to present them with something that's going to hang out with them for a long time. Like I want them to have a relationship with this garment and it be that garment in the closet that they have for years to come, not something that's disposable. I think people are starting to adjust their attitudes about it, and they're sick of having these closets that are just not working for them. The proof is in the pudding. I mean, clothes fall apart now. Clothes are not well made. Secondhand stores have more, they're bloated. There's so much inventory because people are getting rid of their garments so fast because they're so cheap. And I think Portland is definitely like putting an edge on that too. I think that there's a lot of emphasis on sustainable fashion here. It seems that they're more willing to invest in few pieces and then have them be layerable or versatile, which I think is great.